Keyfax, intelligent software made simple. How to create a new service code, add and remove services from a script, and override a service priority. Services typically represent schedule of rates codes that exist in your host system. They can be added to a script as an action and enable you to automatically create repairs and inspections in the host upon script submission. Services contain information such as the work required, cost, quantity, priority, plus other important information. Let's create a new service code. To begin, click Services from the main menu. Click on the Add icon to create a new service. Services can be arranged into groups so that they are easier to locate in the navigation pane, or they can be saved at root level. You can select an existing group or create a new one. To create a new group, select the option labelled None/New and type in your chosen name. Enter the service code you wish to create. This will need to mirror the code that exists in your host system in order for the integration to detect an exact match and automatically assign the service upon the Keyfax submission. For reference, the code can be any combination of numbers or letters, up to a maximum 15 characters. While services with the same codes can be created, we don't recommend this as it can be confusing for ongoing administration. Enter a short description to describe the service. This would typically mirror what is in your host system. This will appear when a service is added to the script grid and be visible to the advisor on the results summary page. Enter a long description to provide a detailed description of the service. The default priority field is mandatory and must be assigned in order to create a service. It cannot be saved until one is selected. The priority of the service can be overridden in the script grid, hence why there is no need to create duplicate services. The priority list is pulled through from the Priorities entity from the main menu. We can see the list of priorities here match the list in the default priority field. This priority will be returned unless overridden within a script and included in the export XML to the host. The IR certification is rarely used, but can set the Inland Revenue certification to true if ticked. We'll skip over this for now. The unit of measure can be set for each service. For example, LM for linear meters, NO for number or SM for squared meters. This can be exported back to the host to ensure the correct quantity is set. The cost per unit or the total cost of the service is not returned to the host. This is visible to the advisor on the results screen purely as a guide. The cost can be hidden from the advisor by using a setting within the User Maintenance tab. The standard minute value for the service can be included in the Export XML. This can be used in conjunction with a scheduling tool to ensure the correct appointment length is assigned. We'll skip over this. The contractor field has multiple uses depending on the host integration. It can be used to look up different SOR tables or write back a code of the contractor to be associated with the service. We'll skip over this too. Depending on your integration, you may have a couple of additional fields relating to route planning that relate to scheduling. Please watch our other videos on this topic. Click Save. Our new service has been added within the new group to the database and is available to use. We can change the group name by simply selecting it and editing the text. We can see the new group name has been updated. Let's add our new service to an existing script. We'll select the topic for a basin tap dripping. Click Edit. Let's say we want to replace the current service with our new service. We'll select the service we want to replace. Click the Delete icon from the main menu. The service will be removed from the script. Don't worry, it still exists in the database. We'll select Services from the Item Type menu to view all the services available in the database. We can locate our service by either opening the group and manually searching, or we can search for it using the filter. To add the service, simply click and drag it onto the script grid. The script grid displayed the service group, code, default priority and short description. Let's test our script. We'll run through until we reach the results summary page. We can see the service has been written back with the default priority of routine and has displayed the service cost of £10. Let's override the default priority of the service. Select Priorities from the Item Type menu. Simply click and drag the priority after the service code to override the default. Click Save. Let's test our script again. We'll run through until we reach the results summary page. We can see the priority returned is now showing as emergency. Congratulations! You can now create new services, add them to a script and override the default priority.